A warm welcome to Valio's webinar. This is the second one in our webinar series. My name is Minja Miettinen, and I work as a research manager at Valio Research and Development Centre, which is located in our headquarters in Helsinki, Finland. And I'm so excited to share the information and ideas on today's topic. Today's topic is healthy aging, and especially how to maintain a healthy lifespan. What are the key issues in healthy aging, and what nutritional solutions Valio has to offer. Valio is a Finnish food company offering pure and natural dairy ingredients for food and nutrition industry. We serve customers globally, currently in about 60 countries, with innovative solutions to all age groups from babies to the elderly. Our expertise and ingredients can be used in various applications. Valio's story began in 1905. Valio was established more than a century ago by Finnish dairy farmers, and they had the purpose of exporting good quality butter overseas where there was high demand. We still export butter, among other ingredients and consumer products. And we are still owned by the dairy farmers. We are a cooperative, which means that all our profits still go to our owners, the dairy farmers. In our R&D, we have a long history of innovation, and not just any innovation, but a Nobel Prize-winning innovation. In this picture, you can see a remarkable scientist and leader, Professor Virtanen. He was the head of Valio R&D for 50 years. His discovery won him a Nobel Prize, and the discovery was about how to preserve the nutritive value of cow food, fodder, with its nutrients intact during the long, cold Nordic winter. This enabled well-being for the cows, of course, but also for the dairy farmers. And this was because the cows were now able to produce milk due to improved nutrition, also in the winter when the grass did not grow up in the north. He strongly believed that well-being is the key to everything. And his legacy still lives on. Even today, we at Valio R&D use science to make food that improves everyday lives. So, what aging means is changing. I think this picture nicely illustrates how the perception of aging is changing. 60 is the new 40, and life actually starts at 60. We will spend about 1/3 of our entire life as older adults. So it really does matter whether we are living independent and good quality life, or whether we have to sacrifice activity and cognitive health. What is interesting about aging is that research conducted during different times in different countries, different continents, somewhat consistently shows that happiness makes a U-shaped curve in adult life. We start our adult lives happy and optimistic. Then we hit rock bottom in midlife. And after that, life just seems to be getting better and better. What I'm aiming at here is to get you in the right mindset regarding the aging adult population. Here is a heat map of the world in terms of population over the age of 60. Figure on the right is 2012, and figure on the left is 2050. The warmer the color, or the darker the red, the bigger the percentage of people over 60. Looking at 2012, only Japan had more than 30% of its population people over the age of 60. When we fast forward to estimate in 2050, the world is a smoking hot place with people over the age of 60. And for the first time, older adults will outnumber children. Unfortunately, it is predicted that disability-free years will not increase at the same pace. This creates great challenges in societies in terms of healthcare and social services. But I think it also offers great potential and opportunities for innovation, especially for food and nutrition industry. And I believe food and nutrition industry have perhaps the most significant means to actually ensure healthy aging. Due to the increasing population of older adults, healthy aging is a focus area for World Health Organization until 2030. Healthy aging is defined as a process of developing and maintaining functional ability that enables well-being in older age. And irrespective of age, we all wish to be able to do what we reason to value, be fulfilling basic needs, making decisions, learning and growing, being mobile, building and maintaining relationships, and in general, contributing to society. So, what are the factors that enable healthy aging? The factors contributing to healthy aging are many, and include the genes we inherit that we can't affect, the environment we live in that we may be able to affect to some extent, and the food we consume where we should have a bigger impact. One of the most significant factors is actually good nutrition, which means both the quality of food eaten as well as the quantity of food consumed. Epidemiological evidence and results from clinical intervention studies do show clearly that what we eat affects our quality of life, especially in later years. As we make about 200 food-related choices every day, there's plenty of opportunity to nudge older adults for better food choices. Older adults are a varied group of consumers just like any other age group. Their interests, their cultural background, physical abilities, and socioeconomical status do vary. However, they do share certain physiological characteristics. First of all, energy need and appetite decrease. This is partly due to metabolism slowing down, maybe due to illnesses, medications that reduce appetite, as well as sensory decline, which affects ability to taste, smell, see, and hear. Secondly, muscle mass and strength start to decline, noticeably after we turn 50. This is due to more muscle being broken down than synthesized. Also, dietary protein does not have the same effect anymore. And muscle breakdown gets worse if there is not enough calories, energy, in the diet. Clinically defined muscle loss is called sarcopenia, and it's been estimated that it affects as many as 30% of those over age 60 and as many as 50% of those over 80. So it is quite significant. Thirdly, the need for nutrients does not decrease, but remains the same or even increases. Need for dietary protein increases as the ability to utilize it decreases. It's been shown that in many countries, mineral and vitamin intakes are insufficient. This is the case, at least with calcium and magnesium, and vitamins B and D. Plus, the absorption of some vitamins diminishes with aging too. So, if less gets eaten in general, the quality of food eaten becomes even more important than before. Maintaining activity, the ability to move independently, is one of the cornerstones of healthy aging. And for this, sufficient muscle mass and strength is obviously needed. Figure in the middle shows that we start losing muscle mass already after the age 20. And after 50, it increases, and we may even start noticing. Research in the area of muscle loss and sarcopenia is very active. A search in the scientific literature database, PubMed, shows clearly that an increase in research, publications, and knowledge is happening. The key messages from research on how to prevent and slow down muscle loss are: be active, keep exercising, or start it if you have not before. Especially resistance training is good. Also, each meal during the day should contain an ample amount of protein. And this really means each meal. Each meal from breakfast to lunch to dinner should have the same amount of protein for older adults. And this would be to ensure that the body gets what it needs. It's been estimated that about 20 grams of protein per each meal would be sufficient. Also, the quality of protein consumed makes a difference, especially the digestibility and the amino acid composition are of great importance. Here the source of protein matters, and actually dairy is a great example of a nutrient-dense, high-quality protein source. Here I will explain the issue of protein quality in a bit more detail. WHO has developed a way to measure the quality of protein. The method called DIAAS takes into account the digestibility, meaning the ability of the intestine to absorb the protein, as well as the composition of the protein. Now, proteins are composed of amino acids. We humans need 9 amino acids from our diet, from food, and these are called the essential amino acids. It means we cannot synthesize those amino acids ourselves, but need them from an outside source. According to DIAAS, milk protein is the best source of good quality protein. It contains all 9 essential amino acids, and it can be utilized almost completely. Dairy protein is thus an excellent ingredient for healthy aging. In addition to muscle, bone health is naturally critical for maintaining activity. As we age, bone mass diminishes due to bone mineral density decreasing. And this is due to hormonal changes, especially in women, illnesses, and poor diet. Osteoporosis is often called a silent disease because, unfortunately, we only notice when it is too late. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men will experience an osteoporotic fracture during their lifetime. That is how common it is. And just think of the implications if you fracture a bone in a critical place like the hip. The effect can be devastating for mobility and also independence. But the good news is that it is preventable by improving nutrition as well as exercising. Research shows that 2 nutrients are especially important for bone health. Calcium, that is a building block of bone tissue, and vitamin D, that helps body absorb and process calcium. In addition to calcium and vitamin D, magnesium and potassium, along with adequate protein intake, help mitigate osteosarcopenia, which means simultaneous loss of bone and muscle mass. And milk naturally contains minerals that support bone health. Currently, as shown in this figure, an estimated 50 million people live with dementia, which is an impairment in memory function. The number of people affected, shown in the second picture, is estimated to triple by 2050 as the population grows older, with greatest increase in developing countries. As there is currently no cure for cognitive impairments, including dementia and Alzheimer's disease, prevention really is the key. When people are asked, what is the top health concern when aging? Memory loss tops the list with cancer. And can you believe it? Memory loss is cited as a bigger fear than dying. So we're on to something really important here. Scientific research shows that social contacts, physical activity, and once again, good nutrition contribute to prevention of cognitive decline. Mediterranean diet is associated with good brain health due to its good fats, whole grains, plenty of fruit and vegetables. There is emerging evidence that dairy is also associated with positive effects on brain function. These effects may be partly due to the regulation of blood glucose as well as weight management in general. Also, dairy contains B12 vitamin that contributes to maintaining cognitive functions. The really interesting thing about dairy is that dairy fat contains phospholipids, and more specifically, phosphatidylserine, that has been associated with positive effects on brain function in those with mild memory impairment. These days, there are excellent books on the market highlighting the importance of nutrition in maintaining optimal brain health. And I think popularizing research evidence helps raise awareness on how to prevent age-related cognitive decline, and that is a great thing. Now, I mentioned that milk contains phospholipids. Phospholipids are a group of complex fats. They are also the building blocks of brain cell membranes, and therefore really, really important for brain function. There is research evidence that phospholipids, and especially a certain group called phosphatidylserine, help restore and maintain cognitive functions in the elderly. And those brain functions include memory, ability to concentrate, understand and solve problems. And milk does contain phosphatidylserine. What I wish to emphasize here, that I am sharing with you evidence from scientific research. Even though the US Food and Drug Administration has stated that preliminary scientific evidence suggests that phosphatidylserine may reduce the risk of dementia in the elderly, there is no authorized health claim. So, older adults as consumers. As consumers, older adults do not differ that much from any other younger consumer group. However, there is one element that is emphasized, and that is the need for healthiness in food. Older adults view health in a more traditional way than younger consumers, and this is most likely due to existing or experienced illnesses, so health has a different meaning. There is avoidance of ingredients that are commonly perceived as unhealthy, such as salt, sugar, fats, and red meat. And what is also noteworthy in older consumers is that there is a general willingness to prepare for a longer and healthier lifespan. Something I want to bring out here as well is that older consumers are equally willing to try out new foods. So 60 is really the new 40 here as well. And I think these consumer insights offer some tools for further innovation. Now, thinking of these older foodies, I've told you that the need for nutrients remains the same or increases. At the same time, it may be that appetite decreases and sensory abilities may decline. In studies with older adults, it's been shown that the threshold for basic taste can actually be elevated up to 5 times higher. So, if only tasty food will get eaten, the number one requirement is that food for older adults must be super tasty. An important thing for older consumers is familiarity. Staple foods form the firm basis of everyday eating. Recognizable, natural ingredients are preferred by this consumer group too. Consistency of food should be just right for the given older adult consumer group. Food shouldn't be too soft, too chewy, too sticky, or difficult to swallow, as teeth and saliva production may be compromised. Then, as I mentioned, there is a desire to experiment. But the key difference in experimentation between older and younger adults is that older adults do not express their identity via food like younger consumers do. So, to summarize, healthy aging in food could be addressed through familiar feel, naturally functional ingredients, as well as fortification. So, then we are at the million-dollar question. The question is how to make business with healthy aging in food. Well, the big breakthrough still awaits, which I think is good news. A great example could be taken from beauty and personal care industry. They've established a successful business model for healthy aging with products that contain premium ingredients, are in precious, delicious packaging with positive language to people of all ages. And food industry could do the same and better. There's ample scientific evidence on the importance of nutrition in healthy aging. The awareness is increasing. Plus, there are verified health claims to utilize nutrition for healthy aging. Valio is now helping you to open up new markets in nutrition for healthy aging. We've been inspired by research, and we have designed Valio Eila Nutri-F Plus ingredient for diversified needs of older adults. Nutri-F Plus ingredient is tailored especially for maintaining activity, and especially for muscle and bone health and brain health. With our Valio Eila Nutri-F Plus ingredient, it is possible to design your product to extend a happy and healthy lifespan. Our ingredient is tailored for the nutritional needs of older adults. It contains nutrients that contribute to maintaining activity and cognitive health. And it offers possibilities to use on-pack health claims if that is of interest to you. Specifically, Nutri-F Plus contains high-quality milk protein. It contains phospholipids from milk. It contains essential milk minerals and vitamins. Plus, it is lactose-free. Our new ingredient offers solutions and applications to meet the diversified needs of older adults. It is well suited for at least the following applications, which include drink powders, special nutrition drinks, dairy drinks, nutritious food, and dietary products. And our ingredient has several specific features. It enables lower dosaging than normal skim milk powder. It has instant dissolving properties for powdered products. It gives a nice full-bodied and neutral milky taste. It is applicable in ESL and UHT, and it offers health claims to add value to your product. Now, I do hope that my presentation has raised your interest in healthy aging and how our novel ingredient could help you in designing desirable products for the growing market. So if you would like more information on how Valio Food Solutions can help you to provide the best possible products to your customer, please get in touch with us. Get in touch with our sales team through valio.com or get through us through our social media channels. And I think there are comments and questions online. I'm thanking you for those, and I will answer your questions, or at least some of them, online shortly.